UL Standard 512, Section 13.2 states that the line side shall be connected to the terminals provided for that purpose. The National Electrical Code, Article 240, Section 240.15c says that fuses and cartridge-type fuse holders shall be so placed that the voltage drop across the fuse is in the direction indicated by the marking on the fuse holder. While specific fuse block manufacturers may not explicitly state which terminal is line and which is load, they typically provide diagrams or instructions that indicate the correct wiring orientation. Let's consider fuse block manufacturers and other resources. Firstly, we have Cooper Busman Fuse Block FT37. Secondly, there is the Eaton Fuse Block FDBT series. Also consider NEC Table 408.22 fuse holders for circuits rated 600 volts, nominal or less. Additionally, consult IEC 37.13 AC high voltage fuse cutouts, fuse links, and accessories definitions, tests, and ratings. The proper wiring of fuse blocks is essential for electrical safety and the correct operation of circuits. The correct orientation ensures that the fuse functions as intended, interrupting the circuit when an overcurrent condition occurs. Incorrect wiring can lead to several potential problems. One problem is a higher risk of electrical shock. If the load side is connected to the incoming power, the threaded side of the fuse block could remain energized even after the fuse has blown or been removed. This presents a significant shock hazard to anyone who comes into contact with it. Another problem is the potential for equipment damage. When a fuse blows, it's designed to break the circuit and prevent further current flow. If the fuse is wired backward, it may not function correctly, allowing excessive current to flow through the circuit and potentially damaging connected equipment. Another problem is code compliance. Electrical codes, such as the NEC, provide guidelines for the proper installation and wiring of electrical components. Following these guidelines ensures that electrical systems are safe and reliable. Failing to wire fuse blocks correctly can result in code violations and potential fines. The engineering recommendation that it does not matter which way the fuse block is wired contradicts established safety practices and code requirements. Stressing to the engineering team that field technicians check for incoming voltage at the bottom of the fuse block is a critical safety measure. Confirming the correct wiring orientation helps to prevent accidental contact with energized parts and reduces the risk of electrical shock. When specific markings are absent on the fuse block itself, several methods can be employed to determine the correct wiring orientation. One method is to consult manufacturer documentation. Many manufacturers provide detailed wiring diagrams and instructions for their product. These diagrams typically indicate which terminal is intended for the line side and which is for the load side. Another method is to check for markings in the fuse holder. Some fuse holders have markings that indicate the direction of current flow. These markings can be used to determine the correct wiring orientation. Another method is to use a multimeter. A multimeter can be used to measure the voltage on each terminal of the fuse block. The terminal with the higher voltage is typically the line side. For screw-in type fuse blocks, the line side is typically connected to the bottom terminal and the load side to the side terminal. However, it's crucial to verify this with manufacturer documentation or by checking for markings on the fuse holder. Some manufacturers may use different configurations. In summary, always consult manufacturer documentation, check for markings on the fuse holder, and use a multimeter if necessary. It is critical to understand and adhere to the correct wiring practices for fuse blocks to ensure electrical safety and proper circuit operation. Ignoring established safety practices and code requirements can lead to dangerous situations and equipment damage.